prompts for your AI. Okay, should I start over? I just saw you start recording. So, today I'm going to give you story basics, that will help you build your stories. Really, the foundation, as she just said, the foundation of every movie you've ever seen, every television show, every book you've read, short story, is the story itself, what I like to call the soul of the story, the real meat of it, the basis, the foundation. And the first foundation of storytelling, of building a story, is its theme. What is it about? It's I think whenever you kind of have seen bad movies, you're lacking like a message. What is the moral that you want to teach? What are the things you want your audience to be left with? What do you want to use your story to say? I mean, in the tradition of the basic storytellers from our roots as our people, stories are told to teach, and the same thing with when you're telling your small films, the films you make there, the purpose of them are to teach, to leave people with something that help them grow, give them light, feed their souls, their spirits, as well as to educate and enrich as well. So a couple of examples of themes here, I'm sure as you've heard, perfect love casts out fear. Having no fear, having no place. But what are stories and characters within those stories and situations within the story that can illustrate that? And when the person finishes watching a film, they'll come away with that. Okay, that's one theme. Deceptive ambition leads to destruction. That's wanting something so badly that you have to lie to get it, as it says here. And that's, really to show kind of how not to live, illustrating, things, and, people can make choices from the bad things they do, or what will happen to someone if they choose that. And these themes can be illustrated through the characters, how you build the characters. And I'll be talking about that in the second, the elements of those characters, just like people. The other one, he that needs a friend must be friendly. This is one where, again, you can action, the gestures that your characters have, which are really people, they're people going through their journey, how they can illustrate being friendly, to find friends, to gain friends, and you can't receive what you're not willing to give, and so that's the underlying foundation of your stories, thinking about your theme, what you want to say with your story before you even start. Sometimes, not always, do people have themes, especially if you're writing longer forms of books or even screenplays or, television series. But it really is a good idea to really start with what you want to say, the results you want to leave people with. That way, as you're drawing your stories, you'll know how to draw characters. You'll know how to, guide them along their paths, and how to, create other characters around them and situations that illustrate your theme along the way. So my suggestion is to always start with a theme. And I think in this situation with you guys, when you're making these short films with AI, a really great place to start is with a theme. Next slide, please. Okay, so here another element of your story is the world. Where does it take place? Okay, whether it's like a sci-fi movie you think of, where is it set? What's the location that the story plays out? Is it in outer space? Is it in a desert island? Is it under the sea? A city high school within that place, a village in
Australia.
Nigeria? Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Right.
Everyone, please
Um,
stay muted so we can hear, okay? Thank you, guys.
a village in Nigeria, and the settings are gonna, really talk about, really show and have an effect on how your story is played out. What elements are there, the temperature, the weather, the climate, as I just said, these are things that are going to influence the journey of your characters, the time period in which it is set, whether it's in the past, a historical piece that's set 100 years ago or 200 or 1,000, 2,500 years ago in ancient Egypt. Kemet, the present, is it right now? Or is it in the future, like Star Wars kind of movie, or a mixed of time periods, if it's a time travel movie, you get a mix of periods. And the same thing with place, specific spot within the world that you choose. Even if you're in outer space, is it on a small ship or is it on a star? If it's within a school, is it in the cafeteria? Is it in the gym? A fishing boat, the White House, a palace, out in a on a farm, a bedroom at 2 a.m. These are all parts of the world, and they're going to influence how your story unfolds, what your characters are going to be doing in these places, and how you're succinct of your stories. There are also laws of these worlds, of if it's in the future, there may be place, somebody can be invisible or not invisible. Or also if it's in the past, know that you can't have an iPhone in 1861, and places, you can't have, flying fish under the sea unless it's Avatar, maybe. But, mindful of it as you're creating these worlds, that there are certain actions that can take place in these worlds. And also, they're going to really influence how your characters are moving through the worlds and how the story is playing out in each location. Next slide, please. Okay, and as I just hit on is characters. Characters are the people. Characters are the core of your story. That's who you're watching. You're watching how your characters are behaving. They're going after what their wants and their needs are. So you're thinking they're just like real people. And what I like to do is when I'm thinking of creating characters, I pull many, many times from people I know, like bits and pieces of it. I'll use my auntie and then my mother and then, a cousin, or somebody I met, years ago in school, or observing characters, when I'm in a coffee shop or something like that. There's just ways to really create and kind of mold and shape your characters in your story to, again, as I said, to play out and build on what your theme and your story is. Okay. So here's a few things to remember when you're building characters, because the more elements and specific things about a person, the more you're able to, the richer your story will be. And also, you'll have more dynamics and choices that your characters can make during the course of your story. First thing we know, obviously, is how someone looks, physical. How do they move? How do they carry themselves? How they dress, and that again, back to what I said about the setting, if it's winter, they're going to dress a certain way. If they're in a tropical climate, they're going to be dressing a certain way. And so, that physical look, if someone likes to dress up or they like to wear sports clothes, that's like the physical elements of a character. The psychological elements, what are they, as it says here, what are their fears? What are their beliefs? Their mental patterns? How do they think? Are they optimistic, open about life? Do they have faith? Do they believe? Do they not have faith? Are they move around fearful? Do they like themselves? What they think of themselves, and that's at the end of the day, every character, every person is going to move based on how they feel about themselves. We may see them in one way, but characters make choices and people make choices based on how they feel about themselves and what they ultimately believe socially. How do they relate to others, their friends, their family, to strangers? Again, sort of how they see themselves in their social society, whether it be in church, in school, within their family, community centers, how they interact, what kinds of friends they have. Are they outgoing or are they introverted? That's borderline the psychology and emotional. Emotionally, what do they feel? What makes them happy? What makes them sad or scared, as well? Again, feelings, are they able to control their emotions? Do they have anger issues, or are they just a loving person that's able to open their hearts, and feel and love and share love and receive love as well? Um, Intellectually, how do they think and solve problems? Do they, use their, thinking again, using a lot of thinking? Do they reach out to others? They group together to do intellectual things, or they get by themselves to think intellectually? And also to what level of education a person has, a character has, will also determine how they go about, thinking and solving problems. And of course, spiritually, what do they believe about God? What is their faith? What is their, specific religious training or background? Again, culturally, as well, with the influences, the spiritual of how they learn about God, wherever they are, may be in the world and what age they may be, as well. So these are really the key components when you're thinking of drawing your characters, creating your characters. Each of these really will influence and your character choices and what decisions they make and the kinds of how they go about achieving their goals. Next slide, please. Okay, so your character's journey, in a minute I'm going to go into structure of first act, second act, third act. But here's an exercise I actually learned when I was in acting school many, 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 many years ago, that also really address your character's journey in a organic way, kind of before you get to real structuring, from the first act, second act, third act perspective. And it really, just looking at what we just talked about, thinking of some of the things I just shared with you about the elements of character in their journey. First thing is to think about where they are, and what is it the world like what they're started, sort of their ordinary world. Now that's two parts. It's like where they are on the outside, in the world
Sorry,
we
Miss
just talked
Caroline.
about.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. Everybody, can you stop chatting? Stop using the chat board. Just pay attention and listen. If you have questions, you can note it and after the whole explanation. So no more chatting, no more chatting. Okay? Don't say okay to this. Just stop. Okay? All
No
right.
chatting. Yes,
Thanks.
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Character's journey. Okay, yes, as I said, where they are inside, how they're feeling inside, how they're seeing themselves. That's where they're locating where they are, as well as where they are externally, as I said, just in the worlds and location. What do they want? Every story, it's called in structure, the first act, inciting incident. We'll talk about that in a second. But what do they want? What's their desire? That's really the journey of a story, is what their goals are, what each character's, your main character's goal is. What do they want? And it can show itself in the theme that their journey can illustrate your theme. Why do they want it? What is their why? What's driving them? How important is it? Is it a life and death? Are they trying to get some medicine to heal a family member? Are they, trying to, find themselves, to find confidence in themselves, part of that theme? How is that illustrated to a journey to become an athlete, train for the Olympics or something like that? What stands in their way? What are the obstacles? What may be standing between what they want? Are there many things? Is it, not having the money to train for the Olympics? Is it not being able to go to a school that's far away? What stands in their way? And the obstacles, and what do they do to get it? How do they approach it? How do they go about it? And this changes over the course of a story and a longer story. But, in a shorter story that is you're composing, it's like thinking again how you're drawing that character will determine how they go about, going to get what they want, whether they're very outgoing about it or whether they're, more closed off about it. What do they do to get it? And when they get it, how does the resolution occur? When they get it, what does it look like when they win that medal, when they, get that, receive their diploma? What has meaning for them when they get what they want? And what happens if they don't get what they want? And that happens in life sometimes, causing people to take an alternative route to something else or make a decision or finding meaning in something else, because I believe you always win. You may not get exactly what you want, but there's a lesson in there. And so if it may be apparent in your story that a team doesn't win a game, what was the lesson that they took away from their journey in the course of playing the game? Next slide, please. Okay, so here's just a couple of seconds, few minutes on the three-act structure as I just mentioned a minute ago. You know, every great story from the Bible to blockbusters, you know, follows a pattern. There's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. And like I said, in the last slide, it's like that honing in on your, you know, journey of your main character is a good start. But when you're, you know, thinking about structure and the purpose of them to give your story balance, you know, usually it's like, as it says here at the bottom of the slide, the first act is about 25% of the story. The second act is 50% of the story. And the last act is about 25% of the story. So, because there's, you know, a lot going on in the second act, I'll get to in a second, more so than the first act, you know, that's where a lot of the journey happens. I think of like a movie probably everybody may have seen or may not. It's maybe the Wizard of Oz or Star Wars, where you've got that, you know, ordinary world where, you know, starting in at home, where you first meet your character, you know, learning who they are, what their world is, getting to know who their relationship with their families are, things, and what flaws they may have, what needs they, you know, have to overcome, what flaws or wounds or whatever they want to heal. And then they're called to adventure. It's like an inciting incident. How is their world? Somebody disrupts that ordinary world, you know, and turns it on their head. Or in the case of Star Wars, him finding this, you know, hologram of Princess Leia, and being called to go off on this journey, you know, after his aunt and uncle pass away. So his protagonist desires revealed. He wants to become a Jedi, and the example of that. But your character, it's like by the end of Act One, they will have made a choice that they're going to go on this journey to fulfill a desire that they have. Okay, so you've got that ordinary world where they are introducing to them that inciting incident, that call to the adventure to go off, and then deciding to go off on that journey. And then Act Two, they're in that journey, you know. So Wizard of Oz, Dorothy lands in Oz. So now she's trying to get home. And so during that, starting this journey, there's going to be obstacles, as we just talked about. What stands in your character's way? What are some of the challenges they overcome? You know, what are the surprises along the way? Right in the middle, you know, that's one of the reasons, you know, structurally in traditional film and story is that in that middle, it's called the midpoint twist. That's a change of plans, something that a surprise happens that, you know, surprises the your protagonist in their journey. They're along their way to get what they want. You know, it's like Dorothy again gets to Oz and she knocks on the door and the wizard won't see her. And then eventually, when he does, you know, she's got to go off and get the broomstick now. It's not about getting home. She can't, he's not just going to take her home. Now she's got to go do another thing to get her, to get home. And then, even on that part of the journey, you know, that all is lost. It's a low moment, you know, where the protagonist, who is the lead character, your main character, you know, has tried everything they've learned up to this point, you know, to fulfill their mission, to achieve their goal, but just, you know, it just loses, nothing works, getting trapped in a dungeon, literally, or locked in a dungeon. And then, you know, a revelation occurs, some light, some, again, a revelation or some bit of information or some truth, you know, comes to this. Your character, you know, reminds them who they are, reminds them of the spirit within, reminds them, you know, of the reason for the goal. Again, in Act Two, a lot of times or most times your theme will resurface in the reason why your protagonist is going after this journey, after this goal in the first place, leading us into Act Three and the, you know, new approach now, you know, renewed sense of strength, new information. They go to overcome these obstacles and set out to fulfill their mission and getting to the climax. And the climax is that place in your story. And if you've seen Marvel movies, any, you know, action movies, this is where the protagonist, the lead character, faces off with the antagonist, the bad guy, the villain, you know, whatever it may be, whether it's a spiritual thing or whether it's a physical thing. But in action movies, if, you know, you're facing off with that thing that you most feared, or that bad thing that was there, haunting you all along and that was against you. That's the place that your protagonists, they face off to that battle, that climax. And winning, everything that the main characters learn to this point, they face off, with and use all their strength to overcome. Winning that, leads them to achieving their goal, returning, with winning the medal, winning the game, becoming this new person, renewing their souls, their spirits, and the resolution, is, your theme that you started out with. That's what your resolution is going to be, your theme, proven once carrying off that medal. It's like, yeah, perfect love cast out fear at the end of your film. That's what your audience is going to see. Okay. So that's the overall, what I've got for you for the basics of storytelling. And also too, with as you're doing your exercises, you can go to the next slide, I think. You you're doing it here for you in this really great boot camp you have. But also as you go back tonight, tomorrow, you'll look at movies a little differently. You'll start to be able to look at what's happening in films and why they're happening in TV shows, and looking at characters bit differently. So yeah, so that's what I've got for you today. Quick question for you, Ayo, or who's am I to go through the next slide, or is that what you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
take?
someone else will do that. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Miss
Someone
Caroline.
okay,
else.
Let's appreciate
okay.
All
Olamide.
right.
Take it over
Yes,
and let's
thank
take
you so
questions
much.
before we let Miss
All
Caroline
right,
go.
my pleasure to be with you. All
All
the
right,
best.
guys,
God
do we have
blessings.
questions for her before she goes? She
Okay.
has one minute.
Yeah.
Questions, questions,
There are hands
questions.
already. Olamide, you can
Oh,
call. There are people that have their hands up.
oh, okay. So I see Marvelous. Oh, that's a Oh, sorry. Sorry, so Marvelous. All right, so I see Ayomide Ad Adara.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can hear you.
So
Good evening.
my question is that must every story have the three act planning? Because I'm writing a story and it doesn't have a problem.
Does
All
it?
right.
So the question is, does every three-act structure have to have a problem? Is that what the question
Does
is?
every story have to have the three act
Does
planning?
every story have to have it? Yes.
Three-act structure. Oh, I see that your question. Well, that's a great question because it kind of depends upon the format. It does have to be beginning, middle, end. But when you look at television shows, sometimes they kind of have quote unquote five. But what you'll find though is that you'll see these events that I talked about with the questions I shared with what does they want, what stands in the way, you're going to find those things within
Okay.
that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you chop it up in different
Yes.
ways, but you're going to find that journey. That's why I shared that with you, actually. Good question.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And then we have Iye Babajide. Can we have your question, please? Iye.
He's on mute, I think. I can't hear him.
All right. So for those that have their hands up, please drop your questions in the chat. Only your questions, please. No comments. Drop your questions in the chat so we can move quickly through them. All right. All right. Iye, your mic is unmuted, but we can't hear you. Can you drop your question in the chat? All right. Thank you. Yami, please drop your question in the chat. Chizaram, drop your question in the chat. I'll be checking the chat and asking myself, okay? So we can make it very fast. Aliza, I see your hands up. Please drop your question in the chat. Okay. Yes, you can write in the chat now. They're asking if they can. Yes, you can use the chat now. Only your questions. Don't react to the question. Don't add anything.
Does the
All right.
acting work in books? Oh, yes, it does work in books. Absolutely. That is, yes, the acting works in books. And you'll be more condensed with books, obviously, because when you're writing books, unlike films, you have a lot more time to go into the inner life of a character and
Mm-hmm.
explore what more of their feelings and th thoughts. So, but the acts are still intact, beginning, middle, end, and also that journey of what they want. Yes, and
All
for
right.
books.
The
Does every
second
story have to have a revolution resolution?
resolution.
Yes, you should, because again, that's tied to your theme and to your why, the reason why you're telling your story, and the resolution is whether they get what they want, and every character, every story starts with what somebody wants and going on a journey.
All right.
Um, what should be writing what she says in a notebook? Oh, that's for them, not for me.
All right. So more questions. What inspired you to do filmmaking and television?
What inspired me? I think it was just God, honestly. I think it
Mm,
was just something that I don't remember a time when I was like your age. I grew up on a farm in North Carolina, and it was imagination, watching television, and just spending a lot of time in nature and just making up stories, and watching television and movies. And I just always wanted, I just knew it was something I was to do,
all
honestly.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Chizaram says, does every story need a villain and sidekick?
No, not at all. No, you can write different kinds of stories with different kinds of characters. Mainly the elements I just talked about of having a want, You do need a villain, I mean, of some kind. That villain doesn't always need to be a person. That villain, because a villain is any person, place, or thing that's stopping your main character from getting what they want. So sometimes that villain bad thing can be a disease or grief, overcoming in a journey. So, not always does it have to be a villain or a sidekick.
Okay. Then it says, when a story doesn't have a problem, it is still regarded as a story and will it still be interesting?
Um, Probably not. I mean, a problem, a dilemma. I mean, yeah, you're going to need conflict. A problem is a conflict, and so you're going to want to have a story has a journey for your character. So, though, if your problem is weak, your story is going to be weak a lot of times. And again, that's why I like to spend a lot of time on characters. So, the more time you spend with understanding your characters flaws or needs and things, the stronger you can make that and more engaging your story is going to be.
All right. All right. So, did you always want to do this?
Yes, it's the form of it's changed now. But I love storytelling. I love, yes, and I love teaching. I love my second love, equally as much as storytelling is really teaching.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for today, ma'am. We appreciate
You're welcome.
having you talk to us. We pray that God continue to strengthen and bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, my blessing. Peace and blessings to you all.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So those asking, is this they were not here from the start? Yes, this is being recorded, so you're going to have access to the recording after the class. Okay. So if you missed any part of it, please try and go watch it. All right. Yeah. So when you see the recording, you'll be able to see answers to your questions. All right. So we have our next session, which is going to be a little bit hands-on. All right. And for this session, we have one of our aunties facilitate. All right. Um, do I keep sharing my screen? All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and then you give me a big thumbs up. Who is excited to get their hands on something? Start something, practice?
I am.
Yes, you are. And so you will get a practice soon. Okay. All right.
Yay.
All right, all right. I'm sharing. Let me know if you can see my screen. All right. Are we ready? All right, let's have
Okay.
our auntie talk to us. Auntie
Hi,
Fola
everyone.
Yemi, welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good morning,
Hello.
good afternoon, good evening. Trust you guys had a great time during Caroline's section. And so for this bit, we're just going to jump right into it. This is an example of a story prompt. And this is also going to be your first task for today's session. And like Caroline explained, this has a theme, this has a character, this has a location, this has everything from Act 1 to Act 3 that Caroline has taught us about today. And so this is Alex's story, prompt filled in. This is an example of what a prompt looks like when you've completed it. And so you're expected to use this guide to write your own prompts because you're going to be getting a template at the end of today's class. And you're going to be writing individual prompts for your stories as well. So this says, write a 90-second short film script using the story elements below. We can see a theme which says, he that needs a friend must first be friendly. Proverbs 18:24. That's a theme. That's like our anchor for this story. That means at the end of this script, it should everything should tie back to the theme, which is the fact that he that needs a friend must first be friendly. So wherever this story ends, or whatever script we're writing with this prompt, it must end with the fact that he that needs a friend must first be friendly. It must show someone who probably wasn't friendly or who had no friends, but at the end of the story, now had maybe one or two friends or became more friendly. Do we understand? Emojis,
Yes.
if you understand so far.
Emojis, guys.
All right, thank you for that. Then the next part is the world, the setting. Is this happening in Lagos, Nigeria? Is this happening in the United Kingdom? Is this happening in my school? Is this happening in my church? Is this happening in Canada or the United States? So for Alex's story, our setting, we have a secondary school in Lagos, Nigeria. What time? Are we writing the story as a present day story? Are we writing it as a futuristic story, something that's going to happen in the future? Or is this a story that has happened in the past? But for Alex's story, it's a present day story. It's a realistic story in today's world that we live in. Place, school classrooms, always, and the after school courtyard. So the location for this story is not going to be in Alex's house. It's not going to be in Alex's church. It's not going to be in Alex's city center. It's going to all happen in Alex's school, within the four walls of his classroom, within the hallways and the after school courtyard. What's the name of our character? His name is Alex, age 14, and is from Lagos, Nigeria. How is Alex built? How does Alex look like? Is he a chubby kid? Is he a very slim kid? Is he in between? Is Alex dark in complexion? Is he brown skinned? Is he white skinned? But for this story, Alex is a tall, neatly dressed boy, 14-year-old teenager, always carrying a thick notebook. Emotional. Is Alex a very quiet child? Is Alex an angry child? Is Alex a joyful child? Is he always excited? So we have that Alex is proud, like his demeanor is that of a proud child, quietly lonely, frustrated that nobody sees his value. Social-wise, Alex keeps to himself, doesn't have friends, is a loner. He believes he does not need other people to survive. He believes he does not need friends. Spirituality part, Alex prays, but has not connected his faith to how he treats others. And we all know that in the Bible, because I believe a lot of us here are Christians, that we need to connect our faith to how we treat others. God expects us to treat other people kindly. Even when Jesus was here on earth, Jesus related with other people. He went to the wedding in Cana of Galilee where he turned water into wine. He had disciples. Jesus interacted with people. And so therefore, Alex has not been able to make that connection with how he can relate with his environment, with the people around him, and how he's expected to treat them. So the journey, Alex is top of the class, but no friends. Alex wants to be liked and respected because we all want people to like us. We don't want people to see us as a bad person. Or is there anyone who wants people to see them as a bad person? No. We all want to be loved. Why? He wants to matter beyond test scores. So even though Alex is very smart, is book smart, is intelligent, he wants people to see him beyond the boy who's always scoring A's in class. He wants people to see him for who he is. Obstacle is pride, and coldness push people away. So the obstacle here is the fact that Alex is proud. Perhaps he talks to people rudely. Perhaps Alex doesn't smile and people are scared to approach him. So his pride and coldness push people away because we all like people who have friendly faces. When you see someone who is friendly, who says hello, you automatically get drawn towards that person. But when you have people who are always frowning and stone cold face, you're like, hell no, I don't want to be friends with this person. So that's the way it is. Action, he tries everything, but after prayer, finds Proverbs 18:24 and chooses to begin to serve others. So this is the action Alex is now taking to be a better person. He has prayed. The Holy Spirit has led him to a Bible passage, which is Proverbs 18:24, which is our theme that says, he that needs a friend must first be friendly. So the question now is, what are the steps Alex will take henceforth to show that he's a friendly child? And this says, he tries everything, but after prayer finds Proverbs 18:24 and chooses to serve others. So Alex then decides that, okay, I'm going to find a way to serve my friends. How do I then serve my friends? So these are some of the things you guys will have to come up with. What are the ways of serving others? How can I serve other people? One of the ways you can serve other people is by showing them kindness. So let me give an example. What example can I think of top of my head? Let's say, because Alex is a book smart student, and there is and there are some students in his class who are average, Alex can decide that, okay, at the end of the school day, I'm going to have a 30-minute tutorial session to teach you guys maybe mathematics, whatever subject is it you're struggling in. Alex can decide to do that. So that's a way in which Alex can serve his friends. And so by doing so, it begins to gain real friendship. People start to get to know Alex, that, okay, Alex is not so bad after all. Alex is a friendly child. Risk stays lonely forever if he never changes. So what does Alex, if Alex decides not to change, if Alex decides to remain cold and proud, what's the implication of that? What's the risk in him doing that? He stays lonely forever, no friends, he's unhappy, that nobody wants to be his friend. Do we understand the gist? Whereas, if Alex decides to serve others and to be more friendly, people will get drawn towards him and he becomes a happier child. Do we understand? All right. I think Chizaram has a question. Are we taking questions now?
Yeah, I think you can take questions and walk them through the ChatGPT to put the prompt and we'll move on
All right.
to a break.
Okay, so Chizaram, the floor is yours.
Or better still, we can also put our questions in the chat. So that way, like, we
Thank
don't need to.
you. My question is, so like, does
Daddy, give you.
every story, right, have to be like in a world setting?
Okay, so does every
Or
story have to be in a world setting? No. So you can decide to write your story as a futuristic, maybe in an airspace. If you saw the welcome video that was played for you guys, it was in the Earth setting where we live in. It happened in the space. So your story doesn't have to happen in the four walls of the Earth or on the Earth in which we live in. You can write a space story, outer space story. Does that answer your question? All right, so we can, okay, I have a question here. Must the story be about Alex and must the Bible text be there? So you'll be divided into different sections, and then each class will have their own story that they're working on. But Alex's story is just a guide to show you how your prompt should look like for you to generate the story you're going to be working with, and to also emphasize on the 3 acts that Miss Caroline just explained to you guys. When are we writing our own? So there's a template for you guys at the end of today's class, which you'll be working with individually in your various homes. And you also have a story you're going to be working with as a group in your different breakout sessions. Must it be Christian? Because our goal here is focused on carrying the gospel of Christ to the outermost part of the world. For that reason, it's a Christian story. We're working on Christian. It's tied to Christianity, our faith in God. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Fola, to make it quick, you can proceed. I would answer the questions in chat. I'll reply to them.
Okay.
Okay,
All
So we
right,
thank
no
you.
can end.
worries.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
So we go to the next chat question.
All right. So use questions with AI. This is your AI prompt template, which is similar to Alex's story that we just looked at together. You're going to copy this into ChatGPT or Google Gemini or Copilot or Claude AI. You're going to be filling in yellow sections, then AI writes your script for you. So write a 90-second short film script using the story elements below. Theme. This is the big message. You can see the big message in parentheses and brackets. So you're going to be filling this in with your team in your different groups. What truth or moral do you want your audience to walk away with? In Alex's story, we wanted our audience to walk away with a particular truth, which is our theme, which is the fact that if you're friendly, other people will also be friendly towards you. World, where does the story take place? Is it taking place in Lagos, Nigeria, in a school? Is it taking place in a school in the US? Not necessarily a school, but you have to work together as a group to agree on a location, on a setting. Do you want it to be outer space? Do you want it to be on Earth? You'll discuss that in your group. Do you want it to be a present day story? Like the Alexis story we did was a present day story. Do you want it to be a past story, something that has happened, that has occurred already? Or do you want it to be futuristic? One specific spot, where exactly is it happening? Is it happening in Maryland, USA? Is it happening in the city center? Is it happening in the hospital? Is it happening in the church? You'll discuss the location in your various class. You have to agree on the name of your character, on the age. Is my character going to still retain the name Alex or Linda? Is my character going to be a 10-year-old child or a 15-year-old child? Where are they from? Are they from the United States? Are they from Leicester City in the United Kingdom? How do they relate to other people? Are they friendly? Are they cold towards others? What do they believe in? How do they look? Is this character going to be chubby? Is this character going to be a tall, slim, dark young man or young female? Emotional, how do they feel? Are they always angry? Are they always happy? Are they always sad? Are they always moody? Then we go to Johnny. Where are they at? Where are they at the start? So what point are they at the start? What's their state of mind at the start of the story? For example, in Alex's situation, Alex wasn't a friendly child. Alex was a proud, cold, lonely child. That was the state Alex was in at the start of the story. What do they want? What's the ultimate goal of the character? What does the character want to achieve? Does the character want, like in Alex's case, Alex wanted more friends. That was the goal. That was what Alex wanted to achieve. He wants people to see him as a friendly child. He wants people to be friends with him. He wants to have more friends. He wants to probably be more outgoing. What do they want? Why do they want it? So there has to be a why, a reason as to why you want your character to portray what they want. What stands in their way? What are the obstacles in their way? What do they do to get it? What are the steps they'll take to become better people? What are the steps they'll take to achieve their goal? What are the steps they will take to achieve the theme we talked about from the onset? If they get it, what changes? So if they become a better person, if they carry out all those actions, what then changes? In Alex's case, he gets more friends. In Alex's case, he gets more friends. If they don't, what do they risk? In Alex's case, he risks being a sad, lonely, cold boy without friends. Do we understand? And we have that our narration style has to be first person, so it has to be personalized for your voiceover. In the first person singular, which is I am a boy, I am Alex, I am this, I am a girl. Do we all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ola, do you
Thank
want to
you.
put one of the prompts in ChatGPT and just show us if you can?
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
So you can,
That's
I'll
what
stop
we've
sharing
done.
my screen so you can share yours.
No worries. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Visible, I can see your screen.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. So we have, this is the Alexis, yeah, so this is the Alexis story we just looked into. And what I'm going to do right now is to copy all of this. Going to copy this and then come to ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT, but you can use Claude, Gemini, or Copilot, whatever you have on your system. And then you paste it in ChatGPT. You can do Control V or click on the empty box space here and select paste. So this is what we have. We have all the details here. The theme. Oh, sorry. So once you copy, just press enter and wait for ChatGPT to give you what you want. So this is the 90-second short film script that ChatGPT has given to us. The title, it's The Notebook. And like we said, we want it to be personalized to appear in the first person pronoun, I think, which is I. So this is Alex narrating a story now. I used to think being the smartest was enough. Every morning I walked into school with my notebook under my arm. And then if we go through this story, we'll see that everything we've talked about earlier is all embedded in this story. I'm trying to save time. Let me go through. Okay, so I told myself I didn't need anyone. Still, watching others laugh together felt like standing outside a room I couldn't enter. So I tried harder. I won competitions. I answered more questions. I made sure everyone noticed my results, but nothing changed. The more I chased respect, the lonelier I became. And then one afternoon after school, I sat alone in the courtyard and prayed. I asked God why nobody wanted to be my friend. And then he was able to open his Bible verse, or the Holy Spirit led him to open to Proverbs 18:29, which says, "He that needs a friend must first be friendly." Suddenly, he understood why no one wanted to be his friends. And from there, he began to take baby steps. He shared his notes with a struggling classmate. Like we said, that Alex took some actions, like there was an exact word. He chose to serve others. So Alex chose to serve others, and one way he did this was to help a struggling classmate with his notes. He helped to clean up after a club meeting. Perhaps after a basketball game, Alex stayed behind to pick up the empty bottles to clean up the mess. I helped clean up after a club meeting. I smiled first. I listened more. And gradually, everyone started seeing the changes in Alex and he started having more friends. And so, this is just an example of a script, of a prompt of what ChatGPT or Copilot will be giving you when you insert your prompts into ChatGPT. So the next thing we're going to be doing is, sorry, Miss Ayo, are we stopping here for now?
Yeah,
Or,
Olamide will take it over.
all
Olamide,
right,
thank you so much, Auntie Fola. Let's
no
appreciate her
problem.
Thank
with
you
our
so much,
emojis.
ma'am.
Olamide, I think we're going on break, huh?
Yes, we are going on break, and
Five
when we
minutes.
come back, all right. So when we come back, we'll do our group activity. Would have our breakout session, and then would come back after that. Okay. So we have
Yeah,
5 minutes.
we have 5 minutes break. By the time you come back, you won't be here. You'll be landing in your breakout rooms.
Yes, five
So
minutes break, guys. So
you
take
should be
five
back.
minutes. Take a cup of water, tea, whatever you want to take, and then come back. It's 11:18 from my hand, so 5 minutes from now is 11:23. All right, so in 5 minutes we'll come back. All right, thank you guys.
Wait, do we just stay here?
It's take a break, stand up, get water. No chats, please. Don't stay in the chat because you need to stand up and stretch. Stretch. This is a stretch break, okay? 5 minutes. Thank you. need to leave the call. You can just, stand up and stretch, okay? And grab a cup of water. All right.
Are we leaving the call?
Don't log out, so don't close your Zoom. But you can
Okay,
turn off your
okay,
camera. You can walk
okay.
around. Joseph, I think we can start adding people to their groups.
He's trying to join the call as well.
Yes, ma'am. Everyone is already in their groups. The only people not assigned to a group are like there are some people, for example, Dell. There are two siblings that are named Dell, and I don't have their names, so I don't know who they are to add them to the right rooms. Also,
Mm,
there are some extra names. We've got Imisi. Imisi is currently not in any group. Um,
okay,
Enyijioluwa is not in any group, and Tomiwa Jinodu is also not in any group
okay.
because I don't know.
Can we do a random assignment and let me know so
Yes,
that I can,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, I can add their names to the list too.
yes,
I can do that. So yeah, I'll just assign them randomly into
yeah.
groups, but I still don't know who Daniel and Dell is. I've sent them private messages, but
Dell, who can you tell us your name? I know you're Gegelesho, right?
oh, Gegalesho, Michelle. Is that Michelle?
Are you
Because I
Michelle?
have
Yes, ma, I'm Michelle.
Michelle.
Good.
Okay. Okay, you're not Dell.
You should rename. You're not Dell.
I'm not there.
Okay, let's have her in a group.
Yes. She's
Somehow
in
I
the
can't see
flame.
the groups.
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. Should I open it already?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. You haven't opened it because you want them to be back,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You can just tell me whenever.
Yeah, I think we can open it
Okay.
so that Marvelous and Olamide can
Okay.
go to.
It's open now. Um, Laoye and Jiolua.
Is there a way to
Recruiting.
auto assign people?
Yes, yes. That's what I'm doing. I'm
Okay,
gonna
thank
be
you.
assigning Laoye to the Glow Squad.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Who's
we
saying
can hear
excuse
you.
me? We can hear you.
Um, when when should I come back?
Oh,
You have
Daniel,
one more minute.
what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel, what's your last name? Okay.
Do we have
I
any
guess
Daniel?
there's no Daniel on the list. I'll just assign him. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably using a different name. Um, it's gonna be in the lane team. Every every to the Glow Squad.
But, but,
Okay, Joseph, are we almost there. I think Joseph has left off. Where is he adding Daniel? Well, you can also join breakout rooms to see if there are questions. I'll be moving around. If I see you in a group, I might have to skip that.
So were you speaking to me?
Yeah, I was saying you can also move through the group breakout rooms in case there are questions.
How do I do that?
Okay, so you click on the breakout rooms and you can go to anyone and click join. Next to share, after share,
I
after
can't see
to share your
breakout room.
screen. Can
Okay.
you see more?
Yes, more, but there's
Click on
no.
more. Do you see breakout rooms?
No,
After transcripts.
no, no. Okay, let me see transfer to room.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
no.
no.
Breakout
Can you see
room.
record? Can you see show captions?
Show captions, record, transcript, docs, whiteboards, apps, meeting info, transfer to room settings.
That's all you see. Okay, let me make you a co-host then. How about now? I can't hear you.
Okay, yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Thank
Cool,
you.
cool, cool. Okay.
Ma, I'm not in my break. Ma, you haven't to say no. I'm not in my breakout room.
Hello, Daniel.
Bye, ma.
Okay, we need to add you to a room.
I'm
Just
not.
give
I'm not in the breakout room.
okay, just give me 1 second. So we have is your sister Olusonya Deborah.
No, that's my that's my mom.
Oh, okay. So your mom entered her name for you.
Yes.
Okay. That's the confusion because we couldn't find your name on the list. I'm gonna be adding you to the big picture crew now.
Okay. Thank you, ma.
Yeah, sure.
Nathan. Daniel, you're supposed to be
You've
on
been
the
assigned
breakout.
to the group. You should see it now. You've been assigned to the group. Good. For Feoluwa Oni. Um, okay. Laoye Enjuolua. Do you have a sibling? Are you the same as Esther?
What just what is going I need help. Like my computer just glitched. I don't understand what's going on. What?
Hi, Chizaram.
Hi. My
What group should you
computer
be?
just
Oh, okay. So let's find your.
the big yeah, my computer just whenever I tried to share my screen, my computer just started I don't know what happened. One
Oh,
second I'm
okay.
here, I'm here. One
So you should
second
be in the
I'm
big
gone.
picture. No
Yeah.
worries. I'm gonna
I tried to share
add you to
and
the.
then it just broke.
Okay, don't worry. I'll add you to the.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
This might happen a lot.
The Flame team. You see me?
Hello? Anyone? Hi, Mom. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Is this another group?
I can't find my group.
Me neither. Where's my group? Yeah, Flaming group now. Yeah, this is not. Who is this? Okay, this is totally not my group. Relax. What group is this? It's okay. We don't have a group here. Just relax. I'm available group. And the network took you out. So you have to explain to them that the network took you out. Put this on there. That the network took you out. The network separated us.
Hi, Joy.
No. Hello, Momsi.
Hi, what's going on?
Okay, so our network cut her out of
Okay, do
the.
you remember your group?
Yes, what the group? Flammable group. Flaming group. Yes,
Okay,
Flaming
so I'm
team.
adding you now. You should find yourself there now. It's gonna take a few seconds.
Join. Okay.
Hello, Nimi.
Yes, ma'am.
What group are you in?
I'm in a group with Mrs. Fabulous.
Do you know the name of your group?
It starts with big and I forgot the rest.
Okay, the big. Okay, I see. You're in the big picture crew. You should be there now. Olajumoke, Mary, what group are you in? You need to be in the breakout room. Olajumoke, Mary, what group are you in? You need to be in the group.
He's kind of arrogant because, like, yes. Excuse me. Classy. Please, I can't find my breakout room. Yes, the
Ayomide, hello.
Yes, ma.
What happened? What group are you in?
The big picture.
Okay. Did you get kicked out? Internet?
No, it's network.
Okay. You should be there now.
Okay.
Olajumoke, what group are you in? Have you been assigned a group? What group are you in? Hello?
She already assigned.
First as open the breakout session introduce people. This is what it was showing me. When did it time down?
Hi, Ray. How
Hi.
was your class? How did it go? Did you have fun?
It's a, yes, ma'am.
Was it easy? Was it hard?
It
What
was
do you
okay.
think? Sorry?
It was okay.
It was okay. Awesome. Did you learn anything new?
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you learn?
I learned I learned how to make a story using ChatGPT by just giving it information and turning it into a story.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Basically, you learned prompt writing for your storytelling.
Yes.
Are you going to be going back to start writing lots of stories now?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, no worries.
People are coming back. Yes. See our teacher is here.
All right. We're waiting for about. You guys should clap for yourself. You did it. You did it. You did it. Yeah. And you should smile. Are you hungry? Let me
I'm
find a
starving.
pizza emoji. Whose best
I'm
food is pizza?
starving.
Whose best food is suya?
Me,
Ah, let me see who is saying suya. Is that Eri?
no.
Okay, because I'll say Eri, are you not in Canada? So how are you eating suya?
I
Whose
do
best food
like
is
suya. There's some Nigerian restaurants in Canada.
aha.
I
So
make
send us
I make
emoji of your
suya.
best foods because some people are hungry.
I can see
Ice
EA with his
cream.
pizza.
I see you
Ontario,
with
when you
pizza.
visit, we'll make suya for you. We make
Ah,
suya. We have
okay.
suya spice.
Suya
Uncle
department.
Joseph, don't come.
So was everyone on my
I'm
that was
coming.
my team?
Sorry.
Okay, I think we have everybody back. Clap for yourself one more time. I went through all the groups and you guys did amazing. Really, 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 really great. Clap so that everybody in your house will be like, what's happening? Who's clapping? Say, Aha. Okay, so I'm going to take the final session before we bring Fola to do voiceover. We probably would have to do a little bit of overtime, if that's okay with you guys. I think we stayed longer because you were loving it. I'll be calling out your group, and what you have to do, make sure everybody gets your script ready for your group.
Okay.
I'll be calling out each group, and then you will read out your final story. Okay, I'm not gonna let Auntie Olamide do it because she also has a group, so I don't want her to be
You don't want me to
partial.
be partial.
I'm gonna be calling out. Um, the first group I'll be calling out is the. Make sure you're ready. The the team leader should be ready to read out the stories. You share your screen and then you read it out. Don't tell me you are still searching for it, because I'm gonna be. There's a prize for groups. There's a group prize. For
Yeah.
best stories and all. So I'm calling the Flame team. That's where we have Aliza,
Yay.
I think EA, you're the
EA
team
has,
leader, and
yes,
Esther.
EA and Esther.
So who's sharing? Good, he has it ready, the Flame team.
So, give me 1 second. Here. Esther, do you want to read it? Wait, am I supposed to
Yeah,
ask
go
us?
ahead and read. Scroll. No, no.
Wait,
We
there
need
are
your
three
script.
screens open.
The story.
My
We
name,
need your
You're showing a
my name is
different screen.
Zoe. I'm 16.
No,
My
you're
name is
sharing
Zoe.
something else. Hold on.
You're sharing
We need
something
to
else,
see your
EA.
story.
Wait, there are three screens.
So we need the screen with the
With the
story.
story.
So the only one screen that should be open is ES.
It's mine.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, I think
mine.
you're
It's right
sharing
here.
one screen.
But there's someone else that has their screen open.
Can
Okay,
we
let's give
Actually,
the
two
okay, let
Flame
me
others.
share.
team some time to figure that out.
Who is sharing their screen actually?
Who's
Me.
sharing the screen?
Me.
EA. So you're sharing the wrong screen. You're sharing the crude death rate, something like that, like a dissertation thing.
Yeah, you're sharing the crude death rate and
No,
data
that's
analysis.
ES screen. No, that's Esther's screen. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
ES screen had it, I clicked on his.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
EA had it. It's Esther who doesn't have it.
Okay, so
Good.
we can
Is
see
this it?
EA screen now. Yes.
No, this is Zion. This is
No, no,
Zion.
no. Hold on.
Zion.
I think, ma'am, you have to choose the screen you want to see.
I'm seeing a script too.
That's Zion.
EA.
No, this one's mine.
No other person should share. Only EA should share, please, guys. Don't try to. No other person should try and share. Okay, I think we can see EA screen now.
Yeah, we can see EA screen now.
Okay, go
Now,
ahead and read
everybody
it.
pay attention, listen to the story because we're going to be scoring it. And
Okay.
yeah, go on.
Okay. Title: True Friends. Act 1. Setup. Exit. School playground. Nigerian village day. Children run and play under the warm sun. Voiceover: Daniel. My name is Daniel. I'm 11 years old. I came from the USA. Every day I watch other children laugh together on the playground. I want friends I can rely on, real friends. Daniel walks towards the playground and standing tall but apart from the others. Act 2. Confrontation. Voiceover Daniel. The problem was me. I like talking how strong I was. I wanted everyone to notice me. I thought being the best will make the people want to be around me. The children slowly drifted away, leaving Daniel alone. Voiceover Daniel. Instead, I felt low. That evening, I prayed. I knew my pride was getting in the way. The next day, Daniel helps younger children and joins games with the Hubble Revolution. Act 3. Voiceover Daniel. I decided to be kinder. I listened more. I spoke gently and stopped boasting. Little by little, things changed. Children invited Daniel to play. They laughed and run together. Voiceover Daniel. Soon, I wasn't standing alone anymore. I had friends who stayed by my side. I learned that friendship grows when pride becomes kindness. Fade out. The end.
Let's give a round of applause. Woo, 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 woo. That was so good. So good. You can stop sharing your screen now. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I need you to put in chat, what do you love about that story? What did you learn from it? What do you think they did really well? And if you have comments on some ideas for them, that you think they can improve on, you can also do that. Okay. The next group is the big picture crew. Are you ready? Only one person from that group should share their screen. Who is presenting? Marvelous, is that you?
That's okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Our title is The Final Answer. The theme is deceptive ambition leads to destruction, but Christ can change a proud heart and use a person's gift for his glory. World the world the setting in the world is a school in Lagos. The time is present day. The place is a bright math competition hall filled with students, teachers, parents, judges, cameras, and cheering classmates. Our character is Edwin, and he's 9 years old from England. He is small, skinny, mature looking, and very smart. At first, he's ungrateful, rude, selfish, and boastful. He talks down to others and believes he does not need anyone, even God. When I so this is Edwin. When I walked into the math competition hall in Lagos, I held my head high. The room was bright and noisy. Students sat in teams, teachers whispered instructions, parents filled the back seats, and the judges arranged their papers on the front table. Everyone looked nervous, but I smiled. I was sure I was the smartest child there. I wanted the trophy, I wanted the scholarship, and I wanted everyone to clap for me and remember my name. But then I saw the rule on the screen. This was a team competition. My smile faded. I had no friends. My team tried to include me, but I acted like their ideas were useless. I rolled my eyes. I grabbed the pencil. I corrected them before they finished thinking. In my heart, I believed I was better than everyone. I believed I did not need God. Then the final question appeared. The hall became silent. My teammates pointed to a mistake in my working, but I refused to listen. Pride was louder than wisdom. I wrote the answer with confidence. The judge checked it. Wrong. We lost. The lights fell too bright. The room felt too quiet. My dream of the scholarship disappeared. And I want to blame my team, but they did something I did not deserve. They forgave me. They prayed for me. They told me about Jesus who loves proud, selfish hearts and can make them new. Over time, I came to know Jesus. I learned to listen, apologize, encourage others, and thank God for my gifts. The next year, I returned to the same competition hall, but I was not the same Edwin. This time, I prayed with my team. I listened, I helped, I shared the pencil, and together we won. I received a scholarship, but I gained something greater. Jesus had changed my heart. Years later, I became a famous mathematician. People admired my mind and my discoveries and my success. But everywhere I went, I told them the truth. My greatest answer was not found in numbers, it was found in Jesus. Through my life, my words, and my work, I revealed Christ to everyone. Pride, the Bible verse was pride goes before destruction. That is from Proverbs 16, verse 18. And then the final on-screen text would be Jesus can change any heart and use every gift for his glory.
This is so good. This is some reaction.
I really
Ayomide.
like it. I actually really
Daya.
like it.
This is really, really good. Really, really good. Eri, you can put your question in chat. We're gonna answer it. This
Yes,
is really
we
good.
like that
Really good.
routine.
Any questions on where we got that from?
Oh, don't worry. Put questions in chat if you have questions for them. We gotta move faster, faster, faster now. Thank you so much. And then we take the last but not the least team. We go to yeah, go, the big picture. Now we go to the glow squad. Woo! Ready for you? Who's presenting for the glow squad? Uncle Joseph.
That's Zion. She already has a page up.
Yeah,
That's breakout.
Zion, go ahead.
My name is Zoe. I'm 16, tall, and one of the best basketball players in my school in Abuja. I loved winning. I thought being the best was all that mattered. People called me proud. I bullied others and always wanted to be the star. Nobody liked me, but I didn't care. One day, during a big game, something strange happened. My teammates stopped passing the ball to me. I ran across the court, waving my hand, but they ignored me. We started losing. After the game, I spoke to my coach. He helped me see the truth. My pride was pushing everyone away. I realized that if I wanted my team to trust me, I needed to change. The next in the next game, I encouraged my teammates. I shared the ball and treated everyone with respect. This time they passed to me. Together we played as one team and won. I learned that pride destroys friendships and teamwork. If we refuse to change, we risk ending up alone, even when we're surrounded by people.
Wow. Let's show some great, great, great response to that. That was so good. And I wonder why you guys are picking similar themes. Like, seems like all the groups pick something around pride, friendship. Why? Can anybody tell me why? That was really great.
I
Good
thought
job.
the reason that we all did that was because in the modern
Did
world,
you guys have a meeting when I was not here? Like you
no.
guys had,
But I think the reason
No,
why we all did that was because everyone in the world sometimes doesn't realize that they're being rude or and
yeah,
and they try to apologize because God changes hearts. Like what our
yeah,
project was based on, Proverbs 16, verse 18. Pride goes before destruction, but Jesus can change any heart and use every gift for his glory.
yeah, that's true. I like the example you gave. I think many of you are also in a stage where you need friends. Like you're changing school and you're meeting
And
new
thank you
people.
everyone for cheering the big picture group. I saw a lot of
You
that in the
sound like a
chat.
pastor.
Cool. Uncle Joseph, can you please mute everybody? Everybody put your stuffs in chat, like anybody that is not muted. So here we are today. Now we're going to take a quick vote. We have two options. There's one more thing we want to teach you today, which is to translate this into voiceover. It's going to be really quick. It will take about maybe 10, 15 minutes, and you will be able to convert this into a voiceover. I need thumbs up if you want us to go ahead with this, but we're almost out of time. If you think you don't have time for this, then you do thumbs down. If you can go do thumbs up. If we get enough thumbs up, we'll proceed. But if you have to leave, we'll do a record. We're recording this, so we'll definitely share with your parents and you won't miss out on anything. Before we take the voice over, also, because some people might be leaving now, you would receive an email, your parents would receive an email after this class. Please ask them for the email because you have an assignment that you have to submit before class tomorrow. So your parents will get all the details of the assignment, but you need to ask them. So we'll definitely do that. Right now, I'm going to be inviting Auntie Fola um to come take us on the voiceover. But before I do that, I want to read her bio because you guys didn't really get to meet her. She's actually a very, very smart AI person. So I'm going to read about her shortly. Auntie Fola is a UK based. So who are those that are in the UK? You probably might run into her on the street one day. Auntie Fola is
Who
a
won?
UK based creative. And can we mute everybody?
Excuse
Ma,
Guys,
who won?
please
Excuse me.
don't mute. No, no, it has not been announced. So please keep all your mics
Who
muted and
won?
please listen. Keep all your mics muted. If you have questions, put it in the chat, okay?
Yeah, put your questions in chat. And then the winner will be announced on the last day. So you better make sure you come on the last day because we still have to take many other things that will be grading. So Auntie Fola is a UK-based creative and digital literacy advocate. She is the founder of Splendid Forge, an initiative dedicated to promoting digital literacy across Africa through art, creativity, and technology. She recently hosted the Splendid Forge art exhibition and fundraising event in Leicester, UK, bringing together arts and advocacy to fund access to digital skills for underserved communities. And today, she's taking us on the script writing, and now she's going to be teaching us how to do voiceovers. So, welcome, Auntie Fola.
Hi,
All right,
hi,
guys.
everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Just 1 second, ma'am. Guys, please, no more chatting. Please listen so you
I'll
can
close
gain
it.
from what she's.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so quick one, just to confirm, Mr. Laguki, are we using the voiceover from any of the story or what we
Yeah, I
have in
think
the
you should
script?
use the story you created. And I think you should share your screen all the way, like from now. Let's just go to
Okay.
11 lab, copy the
All
story, put
right.
it in 11 and just show them. You guys
Okay.
have to open your 11 lab on your desktop so you can follow Auntie Fola as she's doing it. If you
Quick
need help
one,
from your
just give
parents, you can
me
ask them.
a second so I'll know which screen to share. All right. Screen one, I guess. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, can you see my ChatGPT interface?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So we're
Yes.
going to go back to using Alex's story that we used before we went into the different breakout room sessions. We're going to be using Alex's story, and this was what I was able to generate with ChatGPT. This is my scene, narrator, everything, same thing, similar to what you guys have. And this is our material.
Hold on, Auntie
Just,
Fola. I think, can you go back to your script? I'm seeing freeze and do all of that. Like,
okay, sorry.
I thought you have it. Yeah, like a football rolls towards him. That's not a voiceover. Can you give us
No,
something that is already in voiceover format?
voiceover like this.
No, like what the kids shared. Something like in a prose format that say, I am Alex. I did this. I read this. Yeah, something like this. I am Alex. Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's the one we should just put directly in the
Yeah,
11 lab.
that's what we're going to be using. But I think what they had was this, the
Yeah.
different acts and scenes, but we can
We
convert
don't,
it
yeah.
into, yeah, we can, this is what we're going to be pasting into ChatGPT to give us the voiceover. Right.
Well, okay.
We already did that, the
Yeah.
pasting in ChatGPT. So I think it's okay to start with the slide where you already have the narrator, the one you showed us, the one
Yeah.
at the bottom. Yeah, this one.
Yes. This I am Alex.
Okay. No worries. So, can everyone go to 11 labs, please? Do we all have 11 labs open on PCs?
At least the team
Yes.
leaders. The team
Okay.
leaders.
Yes.
Awesome.
Where
Where do we go in
11.
11 laps?
It says
Yes.
it has to be like over 18.
Say that again, Yami.
It says that you have to be over 18.
Don't
Oh,
worry, I'll help you fix that.
all right. So you should be on this home interface. When you open your 11 labs, you should be seeing something like this.
Yes.
Awesome. The next step you
Yes.
would like to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to see text to speech. Can we all see text to speech?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I can see text
All
to
right,
speech.
click on the text to
Yes.
speech. Let's click on the text to speech.
Okay.
Have we done that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to
ẹ lè lọ
go
jókòó
back
síbẹ̀ yẹn ẹ fẹ́
to,
kàwé ṣe gbọ̀n yẹn lè fi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mí ní kíní ẹ̀wọ̀n máa ṣeré ń bẹ̀.
so we're going to go back to the voiceover script you guys generated. Did we all create the voiceover script from our various groups?
Ma'am,
All right.
how do we get to 11 labs?
Okay, good question. So go on your browser and Google 11labs.io.
Okay.
I'm dropping that in the chat, ma'am, so it's faster.
Ma.
So I'm dropping the link
What
to
do you
11 Labs
do?
in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Text
So
to speech.
11 labs,
Click the link
okay,
in the chat. You can ask your parents to help because you have to register. So click the link in the chat.
thank you, Auntie Olamide. So, do we all have this script from our various groups? I am Alex, 14, top of
No.
my class. Okay.
No.
No,
Don't
ma'am.
worry,
All right.
Auntie Fola, you go ahead. We'll help them
I'll
in
send
the
it
group page.
from my
Okay,
group.
you will help them in their different groups. Okay. So this is what we're going to be doing when we go into our next breakout session. I have my story here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to come over here. This is the voiceover template. Use this to make your voiceover script. Copy this prompt into ChatGPT first to make your script easy to read aloud. Then paste the results into 11 labs. Looks complex but very simple. So this is the prompt. We're going to copy this prompt real quick. We're copying this real quick. Coming into ChatGPT and you paste, or 11 Lab, whatever platform you're using. So you'd see at this point, can you see paste your story? It's highlighted. Paste your story. Hello? Can we all
Don't
see
worry,
paste
Auntie
your
Fola.
story?
You just go ahead. We would,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I'm going to paste the story ChatGPT developed for me earlier. I'll copy that and paste in here. And just try to clean my story.
I don't get it yet.
When you go into your different breakout rooms, your facilitators will break it down for you.
Okay.
Just try to follow along. 1 second. Turn the story into the story. Here's a 90-second script. All right.
You guys want me to do the same for you guys? Mommy.
So we're generating the voiceover now. And we said the style we want is a voice style that is warm and encouraging. So we're telling the story like Alex is the one narrating the story of his life. Basically, I am Alex, 14 years old, top of my class, as we have it here. And so the next thing to do is you copy this and then come back into 11 labs. I'll just clear this. You come to 11 labs, click text to speech, and you paste in your voiceover prompt, which ChatGPT has generated for you. So it starts from, I am Alex, 14 years old, top of my class, and you tell your story. Then you come over to the right-hand side. Let me go back. Can you all see Veda Sky, Cozy Late Night Storyteller? So that's a voice, a type of voice. But what you have to do is when you're in your various breakout sessions, click on this bit, and then you'll see explore, you'll see my voices. For the explore, there are different range of voices you can use. You can select any voice that matches your storytelling. Mind you, you're narrating, you're telling a story. So one thing you can do is come to category and choose narration. So it reduces the voices you're going to be working with or to be searching to a narratory voiceover. If you have probably multiple characters or conversational between different presenters, you can select the conversational option. So once you have that and you've selected your voice, I'm just going to select a random voice. I'll choose Adam's voice. Just a second. Okay, so I'll select Adam's voice. Just tap on Adam. But if you want to listen to Adam's voice, click on play preview. And you will be able to listen to Adam's voice. So right here on the right-hand side, you can see Adam over here underneath voice. If you want to change your voice at any point in time, click on this and you'll have the list of voice options again. So I'll be using Adam. And then once you select your voice, the next thing you're doing is to generate speech. So click on generate speech and let's see what voiceover we'll be having.
I am Alex, 14 years old, top of my class, always carrying my thick notebook. In school, people notice my grades, but not me. In the classroom, I sit alone while others
So that's our voiceover. It's generated, but mind you, this is a voice of an adult, but you're working with a young child. So you have to take into consideration all those options when you're selecting your voiceover. Is it a male character or is it a female character? Is it a teenager's voice? Is it a young adult? Is it a grandpa or a grandma speaking? You have to put all that into consideration. So once you're done generating your voiceover, simply download and that's it. So you have your voiceover here in your different folder and you can play
I am
it.
Alex, 14 years old, top of my class, always carrying.
So that's it. That's the end for the 11 Labs voiceover session.
Let's appreciate Auntie Fola. Thank you so, so much. If you have any question, please put it in chat. Because of our time, I don't think we would be going to breakout rooms. Should we? Yeah, I think we should, maybe for a few minutes. But don't worry, you will just practice in your breakout room. You don't have to come back to reconvene because you have an assignment and that is due tomorrow. Part of your assignment, you have to generate your personal script. Remember, what you generated today is your group's script. So you have to generate your own script and you have to generate your own voiceover. I would say for the questions, we can share all that in our breakout rooms. Facilitators, do we have any question in chat like that has to be answered? Okay.
Let me
So the
check.
breakout room. Okay. Before the breakout rooms, yes, we're gonna share the announcement. And Auntie Olamide, if that's okay, I can take it quickly
Oh, okay, ma'am.
because some people might leave after the breakout session.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. So, a quick recap of what you've done today. You deserve a pat on the back. You've learned how to use AI to write a real script, which is your idea. AI is all you've created. You've learned how to use AI for voiceover. You've also collaborated with your team. So our next class will be tomorrow, which is 4 p.m. Central Time. And if you're in Nigeria, hold on. If
10
you're in
p.m.
Nigeria, that would be what time?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. So if for whatever reason you're not able to join, if maybe you're sleeping or you're in the UK and you're unable to join, don't worry, we'll send you the recording. So you will still have it, but make sure you watch it. Quick announcement, anytime you join, always try to sign in. Make sure you use your name. That way we'll be able to mark you because you're going to get certificates at the end of this. So I want to make sure your name is on it. If you name yourself Dell 44, do you want us to put Dell 44 your certificate? Okay. Also, make sure you complete all assignments. Every assignment prepares you for the next class. Make sure you submit your assignment. Remember, that's how you learn. So you're free to change your story. When you're doing your own assignment, you don't have to use the one your group has used. You can use anyone. Put your question in chat. Oriofe, Daniel, put your question in chat. Office hours, on Wednesday, we will be online. Use the same link from 10 a.m.
The chat is
Guys,
disabled.
please mute. Stay
Okay.
muted, guys.
From 10 a.m. to 10:30 CDTs. That will be like 4 p.m. in Nigeria on Wednesday. We'll be online in case anybody wants to join. If you have troubles fixing any part of it, will be available. And make sure you keep practicing. That's how you become perfect in all of this. So practice, practice, practice. After this call, maybe you eat, rest, relax a little bit, and go practice. I remember we have a prize giving day. We have a prize giving day that's going to be next week Sunday. We'll be giving prizes to whoever gets the best story. So you want to make sure you write a very, very nice story. Best visuals. The next class will be teaching you how to create visuals and videos.
Help me on the
Um,
assignment.
Best editing. We'll get to that. Best overall film. And then the best group would also get a gift. So if your group is the best group, you'll get a gift. And every student would get a certificate. Next class is tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Time, and that's about 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And your parents will help you do the conversion. You know, different parts of the world have different time zones. On the last day of class, which is next week, Sunday, family and friends are welcome. So you can start telling your cousins, your uncles that are not here, your aunties, your grandpa, your grandma. On the last day, everybody's going to come and they will see what you've created. So you better create something that makes really, really sense. I trust you that you will. Okay, so that's all the announcement I have for you now. Daniel, do you have a really pressing question? Someone is going to answer you in chat if you put your question there. Put your
Yeah.
question in chat, Daniel. Someone would answer you.
Not able to
Ma,
use chat.
our chat is disabled.
Uh, you should be able to use it. Okay,
Can
try
I just
now.
ask, can I just ask you my question
I'm
now, please?
I'm gonna try to trust you. So ask your question.
So my question is, how do we submit it? I don't know how.
Don't worry about that. We'll send everything to your parents' email address. Okay. They'll get the
Okay.
instruction. I think that's the same question Eri is asking. Eri, don't worry. Your parents will get the assignment. They will get the link to it. And just make sure you stay on them in case they don't remember to tell you. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to do a small breakout session. The goal is
Yeah.
just for you to practice as a group. I'll open it up now and you can join. Yeah, don't worry about prompts. Don't worry about anything. Join your group, join your group, join your group. And Tifola, if you can help, go to the breakout room. Really tell me, what group are you in? Do you know your group?
The big,
Okay, the big picture.
yes.
Okay. Angel, do you know your group? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What group are you? Okay. There's not a generation now. Okay. Eri, do you know your group? Okay.
Ma, can anyone please send me to my breakout room? Mine is big pictures crew.
Daniel, give me my phone charger.
Oh yeah, to my mom.
Not that for my own. Daniel, log out.
I'm trying to. Ma, can you help me send me to my room, please? My name is Big Pictures Crew. Someone's calling you. I mean, no.
So Esther, you can leave. You're still on the call. You can leave. Yes, you can leave.